Well, hello. How are you? It is good to be here. My name is Batiste. I am a new one for you. So we will take this slow and easy as you get accustomed to a different voice, a different entity. We don't want to jolt you or throw you off by suddenly appearing in this way, but we have not figured out how to make an appearance to speak with you other than to just show up. So it is good to be here. It is good to have this opportunity to speak with human beings again. It is not my usual job. It is not what I usually do. But we are coming out in full force this cycle because everything requires that we do. We see a need not only with you, but with ourselves to step up our game, so to speak, because the times require it. So what is my story? What do I do? What is my contribution to this joint effort to uphold, support, uplift the reality of human beings? What is my perspective? Because that's what we all come with. We come with our perspectives. We come with our takes on things. We all have our own way of looking at you and speaking about you. We all take on different aspects of the reality that you live in, and that becomes our area of expertise. My area happens to be that of the female, feminine energy, the power of the feminine. So, in your context, yes, I am here to speak about women, the female reality of the human race. I am not here just to speak to women, for it is important to understand that just like men, women are a part of the human race. Now, I didn't say that to be sarcastic, and still, I feel it is important to state that very clearly for both women and men to hear that women are a part of the human race. Now, why would I make a point of that when it seems like that should be obvious? Well, everything that should be obvious in your reality is not necessarily obvious to everyone. It sounds obvious. The words sound obvious. Of course, women are born into your reality, into your race of beings in the same way that men are. However, it bears looking at as to whether or not they have ever been fully considered a part of the human race. So let's enhance this for you so you can see it more clearly. How about this? They have never been considered an equal part of the human race. Now you see it, don't you? When I just say that women are a part of the human race, that seems more obvious. But when I say that women are an equal part of the human race, then you get to see, now I see where she's going. I see the subtlety in the obvious. Yes. And that's what we're here to look at. We're not here to take anyone on and say, oh, it is your fault. So men, don't stop listening at this point, because this isn't about you. This isn't about your guilt or your blame or your shame or your issues. This isn't about you. That's coming. But this here is about women. So if you could just listen, knowing that we are not speaking to you, so you have no reason to not listen or to feel as if here it comes that blame, here it comes. It always happens like this when the issue of the woman's status, the female status, where they stand, who they are, how much they can or can't do or have or become, it's always a man's fault. And we understand when you say, we are so tired of being blamed for the condition of women on our planet. We are just fed up. We don't know what to do. We didn't start this. We have more issues than women even realize with the state of things and the state of them. But we have little to no power to do anything about it. And yet we are always blamed for the situation. So we get that. We understand you completely. And we say to you this, let it go. You are absolutely right. It is not your responsibility. Not this part. You have a responsibility, but it is not here. It isn't about the state of women, the obvious reality with the subtlety attached that women are, of course, part of the human race, but are they an equal part of the human race? That's a subtle difference. But you can just listen, your audience right now, your turn is coming, because we will come through and speak to the men, and then the women can be the audience. And the same thing applies. No, whatever's going down with men, trust us, it's not your responsibility, women. So, now that we have that clear, we want to focus on who we came to address. But we encourage you men, please do listen well. Because although this isn't about you, and you are not responsible for this portion of things, you want to know this. All right? This is an education, and it's an education about something that is very, very important to you. Because we understand more than the women on your planet understand how very important they are to you. You're frustrated with them. Yes, we get that. You feel fed up and you don't know what to do because you don't know what to do. We get that. But what we get that they don't get is how very important they are to you. How very precious they are. All right? So women, listen to that, okay? Men love you more than you could even comprehend, and that's part of the issue. You don't comprehend their love because you are too busy seeing in the quote-unquote obvious that they are your oppressors. But what we've learned about obvious is there are subtleties to it, because men are not your oppressors. They can oppress. They've learned how to do it handily and well, but they are not your oppressors if you decide they are not. If they want to oppress, it does not have to be you that they're oppressing, but we'll get to all of that later. So women, I'm going to introduce myself to you again. My name is Batiste, and I am your ally. I am in the energy of female. So I am one of you in that sense, and I come to you as a sister and as an ally. So did you understand? You're not going to like everything that I say. I will tell you that up front. But that is neither here nor there. That's just the first thing you have to get over. You're not going to like a lot of things for a while, mainly because while it is not about blame or guilt or shame, because we don't foster any of that nonsense. It's just fearful nonsense, and it's really something you want to not indulge in and avoid, because there are clearer ways to respond to life reality based on love that does not require you to sacrifice your own truth and your own self-love to do it. Wherein doubt and guilt and shame and blame and all of those things that fear puts forth for you to take on and to wear as a belief about something, now that's oppressive. And that is your oppression. Your oppression is not men. Your oppression, your oppressor is fear. All right? So let's redirect, first and foremost, any idea that you have that men are your problem. They're your issue. They are the blame. That is the cover-up. That is the veil that is about to drop for you. Everything in fear is backwards. All right? It's upside down. It's twisted around. It's backwards. So whatever notions you have about your design, we know that you have been looking at it through the lens of fear, and therefore we know that you are seeing the opposite of what is true.